Hi guys, welcome and thank you for joining me again on this journey of awareness and the journey of being a better version of ourselves. Today we're going to talk about something that we've all experienced and some of us or most of us are quite familiar with. Yeah, we're going to talk about failure, and we're going to talk about how to make failure work for us. Yeah, failure can work for us. All right. So when we talk about failure, what does it actually mean? Yeah. Okay. When we put in the context of an exam, all of us have been to school, and you know what an exam is. Let's say the passing grade for an exam is 40%. That's very common in Malaysia. I don't know how it is with where you are, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So let's say the passing grade is 40%. Now, if you score 30%, you fail, right? You fail. I want you to think about this. What does 30% mean? Basically, out of 100 things you're supposed to know about that subject, you know 30. Okay, out of 100, you know 30. You need to know 40 and above to be deemed as being able to be given a certificate that you've passed, that you know that subject. You need to know at least 40% and above to know that subject. 30%, no, they can't give you a certificate. They can't pass you, right? So that, my friends, is actually the feedback. You think about this. That means the feedback just simply is that you only know 30%, not 40% yet. So, you've shifted that focus there from failure to feedback, because it brings us to this presupposition in NLP. There is no failure, only feedback. Right? How this works for us is it changes the way we look at failure. Very often, when we are faced with failure, we're faced with the pain, sometimes maybe the guilt, sometimes maybe the shame of failure. And we're faced with this wall, we're faced with this barrier right in front of us. Yeah. An example, I remember it very, very clearly, because there's this experience when I was very young. I think maybe about 8, 9 years old. Yeah. Mandarin classes were made available in school. And my parents encouraged me to take up that class, to join that class. All right. So okay, when you're a kid, you listen to your parents, no matter what it is. Parents know best, right? So I went to the class. I sat through everything without any interest at all. I had no intention. I had no interest in Mandarin. Yeah. So what happens? Exam comes. I had no interest, no intention. Every time there's a class there, my mind is like a million miles away. Right. So what happens at the exam? Zero. That's the first time I got a zero for any exam. Zero. Can you imagine what I felt when I saw my exam paper given back to me? Zero. Complete failure. Yeah. So the focus on the pain, the focus on the guilt of not doing anything, the shame that I have to bring the paper back to my parents, that was the focal point. That was what the barrier was. And I gave up. I gave up completely. Yeah. How is it now, my Mandarin? I'm learning a little bit day by day. So 一点一点 lah. So those of you who are speaking Mandarin with me or want to speak Mandarin with me, when you speak slow enough, yes, we might possibly be having a conversation. I don't know. You got to teach me a bit more, right? Okay. So I want to point that out. When we focus on failure, that stops us from doing whatever it is to overcome that failure. Yeah, the focus is on failure. So when we shift the focus, my feedback was, I know nothing of Mandarin. What do? I need to learn it, right? Yeah. So if the exam paper comes in, let's say another subject, maybe mathematics, and not a favorite one of a lot of you, most of you, exam paper comes back 30%. So what's that? It's not failure, my friend. It's feedback. You know 30%, not enough. You need to add. Yeah. Shift that focus into from failure to feedback. Right. That way we can make failure work for us. Right. That's how we make failure work for us. Now it can be this can be applied in many situations and things that we face in life. Sometimes we start a business. You've seen a lot of businesses, especially now, they've closed down. Yeah. So then it's very common to say that the business has failed. That we can look at it that way, because when we look at the business as failed, it might stop the person from trying something else. Yeah. However, when we shift the focus to the feedback, okay, maybe the business model can change. The product could be good, the service could be good. However, the business model needs to change, especially now in the pandemic. It has put us in a change mindset so strongly that if we don't change, what happens? We're going to be left behind, and yeah, standing still, or maybe going backwards, right? So when we change from failure, how we look at failure, when we change it to feedback, that changes everything. That changes failure to possibly success. Yeah. So make failure work for you. Remember these presuppositions. There is no failure, only feedback, and apply it every time you have a challenging situation or a challenging thing that comes along, and it's challenging your tenacity, your strength to carry on. There is no failure, only feedback. Thanks for watching, guys. Apply it. Yeah, make it work for you. We'll catch you on the next video on this journey of being a better version of self. Bye.